Larsson just isn't really that good anymore.
Yeah, man.
Look at his numbers. Like, I think he, for the last year, hasn't been in Arizona mentally, where he's been able to put in his best effort and like work in the gym. Everyone, man. Sometimes you're just in an area that you can't really produce in.
Yeah.
Mentally, there's shit going on.
Yeah,
Or
or
you just need to change the scenery. He's
Yeah.
still a good
Yeah.
defenseman.
maybe
but,
past the point where he thinks he can win there.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, he's,
Oh,
at a certain point, your superstars want to win.
That
Like,
might have happened a while ago.
Yeah, I
to be
was-
perfectly honest.
we see it everywhere. Carlson going into San Jose.
Yeah.
Jack
Yeah.
Eichel wanting to leave.
Yeah.
What's the
people
other
want to
thing?
win cups. So
Ekman
Yeah.
Larson, man, like maybe he's just not that number one guy anymore.
no, yeah.
But you put him in a
Chikrin.
team,
Yeah, true.
with like a strong, like on a second pairing with a strong first pairing in front of him, and kind of let him do his thing. I could still see him having a couple productive years in him, but
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
but
It's
given
just-
his contract, man, like there's not a lot of teams that can can fit that in that aren't shit.
Yeah, yeah. So it's it's
Yeah.
essentially you're going to be going from like the shit Yodis
Maybe
to
that's why he's playing bad. Lower
Yeah.
his value.
Yeah.
Just
True,
like fucking
true.
give me for a pack of cigs.
when's when's his contract up? Not for a while. right?
Pretty sure he just signed like a 7 or 8
Oh,
year
yeah, he
man.
deal
just signed.
like a couple
But
years
they
ago.
were talking about shopping him last year. I remember
to
thinking
Boston.
Boston. I think
For
Florida
Cruz.
was in.
Oh,
Yeah.
But I mean, with the expansion draft, and we'll get into this a lot more after the playoffs are over. But
yeah.
there's so many possibilities there, right? Like you can make all sorts of deals, and you got to think Arizona's going to be wanting to make up some picks because
Oh,
they're
yeah.
losing all of theirs.
They have to.
Um,
If anything, I would trade Ekman Larson just for straight picks. Say
Yeah.
fuck it to getting a player back.
yeah,
You know?
Some teams wouldn't want to do that though.
Well,
so-
yeah.
but maybe they
Well,
trade a
that's-
player to someone else for the
Yeah.
picks
Yeah.
and then
Or even what we've seen, retain some of the salary.
yeah.
Like pay for some of the salary and get some picks back and just start to rebuild because honestly, like they're in shambles for the next
Yeah. Well,
who
and
knows how
and
long.
dude,
Like
depending on how the expansion draft goes, it's possible Seattle's going to struggle to meet the cap floor. So then a
Right,
contract
yeah.
like Ekman Larson, Kessel even comes to mind from Arizona.
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe that's an advantage. Like obviously a good player, but someone that like a veteran presence in the dressing room, which is always a positive. But someone that you're going to be paying a lot of money, so you can just add that to your cap.
Yeah.
Which is not a problem many teams have. But expansion coming into the league, if they're going to go that young player route, it's a possibility, right?
Yeah. We just went off on a super tangent about the Coyotes for who fucking
Gotta
knows
shit
why.
on them.
But
We
yeah,
haven't shit on them in a while.
yeah,
so
I was
fair
gonna
enough,
say I
fair
used to
enough.
just absolutely just bury them back in the day. So
Yeah.
we needed that
Yeah.
right now. Sorry,
Yeah,
Arizona
yeah.
fans. I apologize. But
And another like on the trade rumor thing. I saw something the other day. I was talking to Kurt about it.
Mhm.
I don't remember if it was Elliot Friedman or Darren Dreger, but talking about Fleury potentially getting moved this offseason. Apparently Vegas is looking to shop him.
really,
They said that Pittsburgh was in on him last year and didn't get a deal done. So they're saying Pittsburgh might call again about that. Obviously, Pittsburgh's goaltending situation was not ideal in the playoffs.
I was gonna
this
say
year.
Jari was not good.
Brutal.
So
And hey, like sell high, man. He's a Vezina finalist this year
Yep.
for the first time.
Yep.
Obviously, still has a lot of gas in the tank. And it also seems like, as far as star goalies go, has a good like mentality and attitude towards like playing the game, right? Like,
Yeah.
he's the only goalie I've ever seen apologize for mistakes during the game, right?
Yeah.
But like, you think like someone like Connor Hellebuck doesn't really give off that vibe of like, Fleury seems very easy.
He looks like a guy that's won a lot of cups.
yeah,
Like,
You-
it's
you-
just-
yeah,
and he
exactly.
has.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but
Unexperienced goalie for sure.
Yeah.
But dude, so if Vegas runs with Lehner, Fleury could be on the move, and I mean, who doesn't want a legit number one goalie, right?
Yeah.
And Pittsburgh, man, like
They
how
need him.
Kurt was saying, he doesn't know if Fleury would go back just to the
Well,
organization
like
in general.
just as a question, like would
Yeah.
he want to go back because they kind of just passed him off like McDonald's hotcakes or something? Like,
Yeah,
just
just-
fucking toss them right to Vegas. They're like, here.
Yeah, just take him.
I remember that being like one of the first trades that they had like lined up and everything, and people were like, "Whoa!" Like big name players are gonna go to
yeah.
Vegas.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like Fleury was like the guy to kind of push the narrative of, hey, doesn't matter if you're a player on the fourth line or something, come play in Vegas, get your time, and
Yeah.
obviously it worked for a lot of them. They finessed a shit ton of teams, but even you saying that going to Vegas or Vegas trading him
Mhm.
because he's on like a $5 million deal, that opens up space for at least 1 year and the future years. Like you said today, Vegas making a call on Jack Eichel, no?
Yeah. Ooh,
Which is,
Yeah.
I mean, that's where the tax shit pisses me off.
Yeah.
Because they can do that.
Yeah.
There's no income tax or anything. They can fit in Jack Eichel when they've got all these players. They'll have to get rid of someone as well.
Yeah.
But the fact that that's even being talked about is, I'm a
Yeah.
Vegas fan, but it's,
Well, dude, and we went into the gymnastics last week, but
yeah.
if you just add Jack Eichel to this Vegas team for next year's playoff run, they're cup favorites. I don't give a fuck what moves other teams make, dude. Like,
yeah. Well, it wouldn't even matter about what moves other teams make. It would be what moves Vegas has to make in order to keep Jack Eichel, and then what they would need to give away to.
But that's the thing, is that they make the trade, obviously, but then if he's LTIR all season, you just add him for the playoffs. It's like,
Yeah,
I forgot about that. I forgot
already
about that
the second
bullshit.
best team in the NHL. Now we're fucking
Yeah.
hitting the stratosphere.
Yeah.
I
Brutal.
think the NHL is going to have to say something this summer to teams to say, don't be doing what Tampa just did, even though it's...
Well, it wasn't just
teams will be
Tampa,
pissed.
right?
I know, yeah.
Who else did it?
Toronto did it a little bit this year as
right.
well. But the really big one was Chicago did it. Patty Kane was LTIR for most of the 2013 season.
Oh,
right before their second cup, and he came back in the playoffs, and obviously the rest is history.
Yeah,
and
history.
A similar player in terms of like adding a Kucherov, adding a Patrick Kane, especially at that point in his career, like horse shit, right?
Yeah.
But it's very possible between Fleury, if they are looking to move him, and Eichel most likely moving, we're going to see some big names in different places next year, and both of those as like a number one center and a number one goalie. You don't see those hit the market very often. We had number one D in Pietrangelo last year. Like, it's getting crazy, dude. I don't remember, like, it feels like the last year and a half has been a flurry, since probably the last expansion draft, has been a flurry of high-profile moves that we didn't really see before that, it felt like.
Yeah. Well, and, I mean, that being said, I mean, bringing up just random, like, this is all, like, speculation. We can just make shit up as we go, but, man, like, Jack Eichel could go to a place, like, if he hasn't been already sold to a team by the time this next season starts, we could see him on Seattle.
That's true.
Okay? Like, because Seattle, like you said, if they have problems meeting the cap floor, a big contract like that is not even going to make a dent in
second
into
overall
what you got,
pick,
right?
Maybe that's up for grabs.
Yeah, I was going to say
Yeah.
that'd be big for Buffalo to get a especially this
To have first and second.
dude, that would be ridiculous. Because people were saying, if you're Buffalo, do you take Owen Power? And it's like, well, yeah, this guy's like a
monster.
He's going to be a league. Well, I don't even know how to say it. Just like he's going to be one of those best defensemen in the league kind of players.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, you have that guy, and then you take like a forward or a center or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, or fuck even a goalie, because they don't really have a number one in terms of a goalie, right?
Yeah.
So
you do anything, trade the two.
Take some heat off.
At this point, what we're talking about probably right now is like what all Buffalo fans are like dreaming about in like the next 5 to 10 years, because they're in such a shit
If we're
hole
being
right
perfectly honest, they're going to probably do some dumb shit and end up coming last again next year.
Yeah.
But you can always dream, right?
Yeah.